While recording or researching for my challenge runs, I end up discovering a lot of weird and niche details about Conker's Bad Fur Day, and today I felt like showcasing some of that, starting with this out of bounds trick. However, we will also go over other glitches, cut content, and recent discoveries. Some that are well talked about and others that I haven't seen anyone mention. With that said, all of my sources will be in the description, and if you have anything to add or correct, I would love to hear it down in the comments. Now, this out of bounds is like a pixel perfect trick to pull off, and I spent, I kid you not, 3 hours attempting this jump. And sadly, it only leads to some nice views of Windy, along with either getting stuck in a corner and combusting, or being portaled before succumbing to the G-force. I did manage to land behind the wooden planks blocking the way to Spooky, but sadly, the loading zone isn't present, leading to no major sequence breaking for us. I even did this after doing a sequence break in Hangover that skips the gargoyle, putting Windy in a weird state. But it didn't change anything. While recording footage for my next challenge run, I discovered something I've never seen anyone talk about in this game. Conker can ledge grab.
What? This is a thing?
But only inside a bat's tower. Why this works only here, I have no idea. Maybe it's a cut feature that Rare didn't disable in here somehow. I have no clue. Yet I can see why it was removed if that's the case. Ledge grabbing isn't even useful in here, one of the most platforming heavy sections of the game. So I doubt it would be useful anywhere else as well. You can skip this gargoyle bastard by doing a few precise jumps to get around 2 invisible walls. The way you do this is quite easy actually. First you jump and hover around the left side of this invisible wall mid-air here. Then you'll be able to just walk into the loading zone. You can also do this before you get a weapon. However, it doesn't seem to affect anything. By doing this sequence break, Windy gets put in a weird state. Queen Bee and her beehive is nowhere to be seen. Yet these dung beetles are still here along with other enemies, and they do still attack you. You can go see Mr. Barrel and Beardy, but can't progress with either of them since we're flat broke. Dying doesn't seem to update the level state, nor does it affect anything else. So, as it stands, we sadly can't progress using the sequence break. Essentially everything but the one piece required to progress is here during this state. Wow, the devs knew what they were doing.
What is happening?
Normally, when you roll off the edge with Mr. Barrel, he just combusts and dies on the spot. However, by carefully rolling off the side here and sliding down the wall, you can land in the water and roll around in it. Despite this, it doesn't last long, as the barrel pops the second you hit land. There is this weird effect if you roll into the corner of the bridge here, but that's about it. This game features a decent amount of cut content, pertaining mostly to removed and altered cutscenes. Yet the most creepiest or spookiest cut content I've found in my research is this scream. It is genuinely spine-chilling. Now, what this was supposed to be used for isn't confirmed. However, the clip featuring it speculates that it was supposed to be used for the final boss. Yeah, imagine that. Kid me would have quit the game on the spot, ran out of his room crying like a little bitch. Yet, I think I have a more disturbing theory to throw out there, which has to do with our next fact. It's no secret that the tediz was originally supposed to be way darker than the comedic relief we got in the released versions. We know this by the either altered or straight up deleted cutscenes found in older versions. The first cutscene with the medical tediz, where they jokingly act all sophisticated and break the fourth wall, would originally feature a more gruesome depiction of the tediz experimenting on a living soldier.
No. What are they doing? Oh no. He's still alive.
This is where I theorized the scream we heard earlier could have potentially been placed. However, Rare thought it either damaged the scene or made it too disturbing and removed it. I don't know, I think it's possible, but this is straight speculation on my part. No evidence to back it up whatsoever. Despite that major change, there's also a minor addition to the firing squad scene with Rodent, where there are other soldiers with him that died in the execution. This scene would later be given life in Live and Reloaded. Even in the multiplayer mode, they were originally depicted as ruthless killing machines, and would even have one of them adopt the famous mustache from you-know-who. I know why that one was removed, but why the others? Well, according to a video from C-Shift, it's because it referenced the Holocaust, which, if that's true, makes sense. Except it doesn't explain the firing squad change, and we may never know why that happened. Okay, so I kind of just want to throw this part in here, because I noticed while recording footage for this video, this tediz execution scene is apparently a reference to a movie called Schindler's List, I think it's called. And I looked up the scene in question, and yeah, it's nothing nice, and I definitely see why they cut it now. I just kind of wanted to throw this in here, because then we only have the firing squad scene to question, like why did that one change? So yeah, now we know why 2 of the scenes were cut, and that's better than 1. Conker can become the avatar by falling off a log. Let me explain. In Bat's Tower, you can use a flamethrower to burn the tower's natural habitants. However, if you fall off while activating the flamethrower and take fall damage, it cancels Conker putting away said flamethrower, giving him fire powers. This can be used to knock out the cogs and pick them up, though it is a little finicky. This also works on Live and Reloaded, but here it is only a visual glitch, and doesn't feature the ability to knock down the cogs. Conker's Bad Fur Day is secretly one big parody of old school movies. Like literally, the entire game is riddled with movie references left,
Too little shot to be a Grim Reaper.
Too little short for a stormtrooper.
right,
Fuck you, asshole.
and center.
Teddies. I hate these guys.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
It begins with a reference to a movie called A Clockwork Orange, and some of the game's best scenes are almost a one-to-one recreation to the movie it takes inspiration from. However, I'm not a big movie buff, and there are way too many movie references to mention here, so check out Game & Gain Z's video on the subject. Trust me, it showcases quite accurately where the game's weirdness comes from. If you learn something new and want more of this, do the thingies, hit the buttons and stuff. You know what I mean. After you've done that, go treat yourself to something yummy. You've probably earned it. I mean, I wouldn't really know, but I assume so. Anyway, thank you for watching. The next video is gonna be another challenge video on the number of attacks you need to beat the game. So stay tuned for that, because I'm covering both versions in one, which is a lot more than I was expecting. So yeah, that's why it's taken a while. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one, hopefully.